Gentlemen, what's going on? I want to give you guys two fragrance mistakes and one fragrance tip. So, gentlemen, the first thing you want to stop doing is after you apply your fragrance, you rub your wrist together. Gentlemen, so when you spray your wrist and you do a wow, and then you do one of these, stop doing that. You are destroying the hard work of the people that make the fragrance. No, seriously. You are ruining the chemistry of how the fragrance is supposed to set when it's on your skin. When the fragrance touches your skin, it goes through a process. That's why they call it the dry down. That's why it has an opening. That's why it has a middle. That's why it has a base. If you rub it together, you just literally ruin the whole entire process of how those things are supposed to take place. So, gentlemen, do not rub your palms together when you're spraying your fragrance. Just spray it, leave it, and let it dry. Let it do its thing. This thing is supposed to work for you, you not work it. Fragrance mistake number two. Gentlemen, do not spray your fragrance in the air like we see on those movies and then run into the fragrance. Do not do this and then run into the fragrance. Gentlemen, we are not doing that. Fragrances are to be applied to something, not the air, and then we run and jump into the air. That's not what we're doing, gentlemen. And finally, for my fragrance tip on how to make the fragrance last long. So, gentlemen, if you're having trouble with your fragrances lasting long, you want a little bit more longevity out of your fragrance. I'm sure you heard this already, but maybe you haven't. You want to try the old layering trick, the base layer. You want some petroleum, some petrol, you know what I'm saying? So what you do is you get some Vaseline, some Aquaphor, anything that's like petroleum based. You take a little bit of that petroleum, you put it as the base layer, and then you apply your fragrance to that. That way, your fragrance stays on top of that layer, and it takes a longer time to dissolve, therefore leaving you with a fragrance that lasts longer in the day. So, gentlemen, if you want to make your millage as long as possible, you take a little bit of your petroleum jelly, put a little bit of it behind your ear, and then you take your fragrance and you spray behind your ear. You'll be surprised. At the end of the day, you put your finger behind your ear, you're going to still see oils from the fragrances because it didn't go into your skin. It's staying on top of that petroleum jelly. Stay tuned for more. Holla at your boy.